This is going to be a video where I show from start to finish how I create a Google Ads campaign to promote a website. In this case, we're going to use an example website, which is my uncle's window and door screen repair company. So we, in this case, want to imagine that we're promoting this page, window and door screen repairs, and we want to use Google Ads to do it. So what is Google Ads? It's basically a way to get to the top of Google, those search results you get when you enter something on Google and you press send. The page you result in has top results that are usually Google Ads first. Then there's results that are the actual results that you would have gotten if there hadn't been ads in the front. You with Google Ads get to be in the front. So you jump to the line. As long as you know what words people are searching, you can appear as the #1 result for nearly anything on Google using Google Ads. We're going to try to get to the #1 page, #1 spot, which we can do in Google Ads for window and door screen repair for a specific region in San Diego. Let's proceed. This video will be comprehensive-ish, where I'll literally show you everything that I do. In the end, this video might not be what you need. I might actually have another video for you that's more one answer to one question. I'm intending to create a series of 30 videos on this topic. This may just serve as the backbone, this video we're watching right now, for the creation of those extra videos after this. So if you're watching this and you're learning, that's great. If you're not watching this, I'm not sure why I'm even talking. So we're going to go to Google Ads right now and say, I want to create a new campaign. And you would do that on your Google Ads dashboard, assuming you have a Google Ads account. Once you have that account and you've signed in, it's going to ask you what kind of campaign you want to create. Each of these campaign ideas is useful for pre-configuring certain aspects of Google and Google Ads. In this case, I don't want Google to take any of those things out of my control. So I'm going to say I want to create a campaign without a goals guidance. So when we click that, it will then give us one additional set of options. We're going to choose search from that set of options. What that does is say when we create our Google ad, the place it appears is when people go to google.com and type something. It appears on that results page they get after they type enter. So we're going to click that because we want to show up when someone is searching for information. We don't need to show up when they're on things like YouTube or other types of places that we could advertise with Google Ads. In this case, we're creating a search ad with Google Ads. And then it will ask us, do we have any conversion goals? Conversion goals are useful. In this case, we're just going to leave all the ones that are pre-existing from my existing campaigns and say those are fine. Then you get an opportunity to select results you want from your campaign. They're both beneficial. I would say both are worth clicking. What you want is to take the URL here where it says your business website. That should be the page you want to send people to. So go ahead and copy the whole thing. So in this case, it's torpinscreencompany.com/window door screen repairs. And paste that. So Control V, Control C, or Control C for copy and then Control V for paste. And you can choose for the phone calls what number you want people to call. In this case, it's the phone number from our website. And if you do have window screen needs and you're in Ramona, California, I highly recommend Torpin Screen Company because they're awesome. Even if I wasn't related, I would agree with all the Yelp reviews that they say are awesome about this company because they are awesome. Okay, let's hit continue. And now we name our campaign. We're going to call this campaign because we want to get window and door screen repair leads. We're going to call this campaign lead generation. Window and, you know what, I'm actually going to, that phrase lead generation can stay there, but I'm going to put a word in front of it that says window, in quotes, window screen repair. Because that's technically the most searched phrase we're going to use, window screen repair, to connect people with that page. And then that's it. We can hit continue and it will give us a page that says, hey, do you want to change the bidding type for this, and you can choose what type of bidding it does automatically. It says conversions right now by default, but that's not useful unless you pre-set up a campaign with conversion actions. Since we're doing a very basic campaign, we're going to choose, we simply want to focus on impression share. Those are the options we can choose from. All these right here, choose from impression share. It's located under other optimization options. You could focus on clicks. I don't recommend that. You would rather theoretically focus on getting the biggest number of people to see your ad, not necessarily the biggest number of people to actually click on it, because that might limit the amount of people that could see it because Google targets it to the wrong people that they think are sure things. So I choose impression share. I tell Google, how much impression share do I want? 100% of it. Show me, I want everyone to see my ad. And when I say what my bid limit is, I'm going to tell Google, when you, Google, have found someone that might be willing to click my ad, I'll pay up to blank amount of money, that's your number that you decide on, to get that click. And whatever number you put here is the maximum Google will ever charge, roughly, for a click on the campaign you're creating. But, this is important, you could set this to any number, such as 100, and Google will find a way to get you to pay $100 for that click, meaning they match everything you ask for in a customer. And they say, this is the perfect customer for you based on these 20 criteria. We connected you with them, Google's saying this, that'll be $100, please. And that's a bit much unless you're selling something that's going to result in a lot of money in profit. Maybe don't pay $100 for a click. Instead, start your campaign at a price like that's reasonable to think about spending every day. For example, $5. If you spent $5 every day on this campaign times an average 30-day month, you've spent $150 to promote this idea to an audience that's theoretically very dialed into your needs. Meaning if I'm selling window screen repair, I'm going to be paying $5 per time I get a click for someone who just searched window screen repair. That's kind of worth it if it's a good enough lead that they contact me if I'm that company. So set this to be a reasonable price. I'm going to say for now, $3 is my maximum cost per click. That's what CPC bid limit means, cost per click. I'm saying $3 is how much I'm willing to pay. No matter what, Google, you might think this is the guaranteed sale of the lifetime for this phrase that you're sending me. I'm still only paying you $3 per that click, Google. So play hardball with Google, and their algorithm will find a way to get you enough people that it feels like it was worth it, and you'll never know they could have been paid, you could have had to pay $20 for those clicks because you didn't tell Google you were willing to. So it is that flexible. And you can choose here to bid for new customers only under this section that says customer acquisition. I don't think to do that, so I'm just leaving that undone. Bid more, by the way, we skipped something. It says get more clicks with fully automated bid strategy. No, I'll leave it at that. Anything automated on Google, try to disable. Google Search Partner Networks, that's an automatic suggestion. Google Display Network, that's an automatic suggestion. I'm turning those off. We can add those later if this campaign doesn't seem to be connecting with anyone, but I'm turning them off, and we can scroll down to locations, and this is an important section because we are a local company. If we're this company here, Torp and Screen, we are in Ramona, California, and near other places like Poway, California, and those are in San Diego County, but they're a small section of San Diego County. And I only want to advertise this screen business to people in the two cities I'm next to, Ramona and Poway. That's great because Google lets me do exactly what I just asked. I can enter another location here by just typing in the city I want to target, Ramona, California. And I can say, yes, include that neighborhood. And I can also type in Poway, California. And I can say, yes, include that neighborhood. You'll notice it also tells me Poway has a very large population compared to my city of Ramona if I am Torpen Screen. So those are useful things that you may not know as a business owner, those comparative populations for neighborhoods you're advertising in. Once you have your neighborhoods, you can scroll down. If you have additional languages that you want to speak to, like if you're bilingual, for God's sake, please add that language to this section, because now you're going to get twice as many opportunities to talk to people. Google's like, yeah, of course, if you speak this language, we want to send people that speak that language to you. So whatever advantages competitively you might bring as a business owner with your skill set, tell Google about them so they can send the right people to you. We're going to not use audience segments. That's something that's a little bit later on. We're not using broad match keywords. We're going to actually import our own keyword list that I've created using a keyword research tool. Now, that's how I create Google ad campaigns, but I'll show you a way you can create them without a dedicated keyword research tool. And we're only going to use assets I provide for my ads. Because I have assets I can use, I don't want Google to automatically find stuff. And I'm not needing to change anything in this section. I always leave it at prefer best performing ads. It creates a bit of an echo chamber where one ad gets a really strong lead and then the other ones never get... Thanks, Apple. Where one ad gets a really strong lead and then the other one has no chance to compete. So you never actually know if they're best performing or just the most anchor biased, but either way, it works because it gets clicks. So that's fine with all the other parameters we're controlling. We can give Google this a little bit of control on the ads where it shows them. We're going to say start it today, end it never, because I can always just turn it off at the drop of a hat, because Google ads are very flexible. You can create a Google ad and it's not working today, good, turn it off today. Think it'll work tomorrow, good, turn it back on tomorrow. Turn it off midday tomorrow after you've gotten a few clicks. It's that easy. It's just a pause. It's very simple. There are no campaign option URLs set. I'm not tracking this in any way at this point. Those are advanced things that can be done later. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit next. This is where it wants me to use its AI. I don't want to use its AI. I have a feeling Google will eventually force this on people, but for now it's skippable, which we will be doing. Now we get into the fun part. Notice that our final URL is listed as that URL up here I copy pasted, and it's going to say enter products or service to advertise. You can do that, or you can skip all that and import your keyword researched list here as what's called an exact match keyword list. Exact match keywords are the secret sauce to not wasting money on Google Ads. I'm going to switch. You're not going to see my video for a moment because I'm bringing up a tab which has some Google Ads keywords on it. This is my GPT bot that I made that helps me create Google Ads campaigns. I can copy and paste this list of keywords. These are lists that I already researched and then talked to the AI about. It put it in brackets because when they're in brackets, it means it's an exact match keyword. And that's another phrase that means verbatim, meaning every word should appear this way in someone's search, or else we don't want to show up for that search. So we only want to show up for someone who literally typed window screen repair near me on Google. That's it. We also want to show up for someone who searched window screen repair and how to repair window screen and mobile window screen repair near me. These are all useful things for our ad to be showing up for when someone searches that phrase. So by using exact match phrases, we have eliminated Google's ability to creatively come up with ways to show our ad to people that may not actually be related to our search keyword. For example, imagine if you were someone whose PC computer just had its screen break. You might search Windows screen repair. That's not us. Torpen Screen Company has window screens, not fixing the screen of your Windows computer. So that's why these semantics, like just a single letter, can make all the difference. And that's why you don't want to let Google guess at what the relevant audience is for your ads. You can find these keywords. Now, I use the tool that has an expense with it, so it's not something everyone can use for free. But there are keyword research tools, and one of them is just going to Google and searching something. So Google. window. Just watch what autocomplete gives us with this. Window, screen, repair, near me. Long Beach, Orange County, Kit, Home Depot, window screen repair, price. So these are all things you can start pre-filling out and then noting the phrases that come up here. You know, so example, I might note window screen repair prices is a keyword that I want to use. I might search window screen repair cost. That's a keyword I want to show up for. Window screen repair companies, that's one I'd want to show up for. You could just go down the line. Anyway, using that and Google's autocomplete feature, you basically have free keyword research. In this case, I've added exact match keywords. As I mentioned, they're in brackets to indicate that. So that tells Google only pay attention to these phrases when you are showing my ad. You can now move on to the next section, which is its URL section. And typically that should be the same page you entered, that window screen repairs in our case. It asks you for something over here that says, what's its display path? And that's kind of like when you have a vanity license plate where it's like you get to create what your license plate looks like on the back of your car. You're creating what this permalink, the very long permalink that says window and door screen repair.com, whatever, you're creating a shorter, prettier version of it so that when it appears in the sponsored results, it doesn't look unwieldy. So you can be creative with this as long as you don't lie. TorpinScreenCompany.com, repairs, windows, screens. And that's it. That's straightforward. So now it will show up as this phrase when you look at the permalink on the ad. Repairs, you know, TorpinScreenCompany.com/repairs. And then if it was a very long ad, it would say repairs/window screens, showing you where you'd land theoretically in concept when you click that link. And then you can enter the phone number. And if you click calls, it should give you the option to add a phone number that people can click to call. When you do that, it will add a new section under here that lists that phone number and lets people click to call. We should already have the phone number saved. I'm going to make sure it's the right one, 7152. Wait. Yeah, 5712. 5712, cool. And then hit enter or apply. And now you see there's a button that just got added to that section because you can now click to call. And Google will count if someone clicks to call and tell you, hey, someone clicked to call. So you can start to quantify how many times people have clicked that part of your ad, thus understanding how much effectiveness you've been having. Once you've done those steps, you can continue on to the headline section. You can add up to 15. I'm going to go ahead and keep clicking this right now until I've reached the maximum of 15 available slots. And then once I have all those, I can begin filling them out with pre-made responses from an AI bot I made whose whole job is to make Google Ads text. So I'm going to go away again for a moment. I'm going to be replaced with the text that I need. This is my campaign. I'm going to copy paste these things on the left of the screen where it says, here's 20 headlines, maximum 30 characters each. I'm going to paste them here. That's it, window screen repair. I'm going to keep doing that until those all are filled out. Except I'm skipping a few of them because I always ask my bot to create 20. And since there's only 15 needed, I get to be a little selective as a result. And I won't be speaking much for this because it's just a boring task. I guess I can say what I'm copy pasting. That way it's useful for transcription purposes. So let's see, the next one that I'm copy pasting is security screen updates. I don't think I like that one. Let's go with no more holes or tears. See, within context, that's very relevant to someone. They would have holes or tears in their window screen. Serving San Diego County, totally valid. Reliable screen service, I like it. Upgrade your screen door. See, that's not going to be as useful because technically we're not trying to talk about screen doors with this. We're trying to target window screens and repair. We do with Torpen screen door repair, but that's not what this ad is for necessarily, so we're just going to leave that one on the table. Solve screen door issues. Hassle-free screen fix. We will use that one because I like that. Hassle-free. Trusted local technicians. Free phone consultations. Stay cool. Bug-free. Ooh, that's good. If you have a broken screen, you probably have some bugs in your house. Contact Torpen Screen now. Now that's to the point. Quality screen updates. You know that word upgrades. The word quality means nothing. I'm going to omit that one. I guess I already used that one. Let's go with trusted local technicians, because that's true. We're local. We're in Ramona. If you're in Ramona with this ad and Torpen Screen Company's in Ramona, then everyone's local. And I'm going to say, call us today for repairs. And then there's one more. Get quick fix for screens. Okay, now, with these 15 article titles, or headlines rather, and I'm going to skip back over and then pop up again. Now we've used our AI to fill in these 15 titles that will all populate over here automatically, meaning it'll just choose. Google will choose one of those 15 headlines we added and just show them over here depending on what they think is the best combination of phrases to mash together. And that'll be the ad that shows up for that visitor who just searched that phrase on Google. Then there's a thing here called descriptions. You can add up to 4 of those. It populates them automatically, but you can delete those and add your own. And you see it actually takes those from existing ads and then copies that text. So it's trying to make my ads look more like my other ads. I don't know what to think about that. Okay, let's go back to the AI and check the descriptions I made. So I'm going to go away for a moment. Now let's scroll down. We've fixed damaged window and door screens throughout San Diego. Yeah, this is perfect. So here I'm pasting. From tears to bent frames, our mobile screen repairs. Yep, these are great. This is why I use an AI. It's just faster and it's consistent. I told this AI how to talk. I told it what we know in this business. I told it how to talk. It basically talks like I would if I would spend all this time to do it myself. And all I did just there was I took those headlines from the AI on the side and I made them pasted into this. I didn't have to do much thought. And these are phrases that just provide additional information that back up the keywords headlines you added. So, we fixed damaged window and door screens throughout San Diego. Call Torpen Screen today. That's fairly straightforward. From tears to bent frames, our mobile screen repair service repairs screens fast and reliably. Get same-day quotes for screen fixes. Enjoy a cooler, bug-free home now. They all bolster and back up the headline. And so that's what we want. And that's why I use an AI to make these headlines, the consistency. Okay, and images we can add, but I'm going to skip because we're making this as simple of an ad as possible for this point. Business name is indeed Torpen Screen Company. In fact, I'm just going to make it simple, Torpen Screen. If you can change this here, it means you've been verified, and you can also make a slightly different version of that name if it's shorter that you'd like. Business logo, I'm going to change to the correct one, which is not that. It's actually Torpen. All right, I'll have to scroll all the way to the end. Here we go. There we go. There we are. Now that logo we just changed will show up over here on the right side, the icon, when someone sees this ad. You can add site links to your ad if you choose, and what they are little sections that will appear underneath your advertisement, and those sections have additional links to parts of your website that might also be relevant to the thing you're advertising. In this case, we're talking about bent frames restored, sliding screen solutions with same-day screen fixes. So if we want additional information to help support that, we can go back to the Torpen Screen Company website, look for another page that might be useful to someone, such as Window Screen Solutions, and we can copy that URL and we can go back to our Google ad and we can say, okay, I'm going to create a site link, one site link. That site link is going to take people to my Window Screens page. So what should I call that? Well, I should probably call it Window Screens. And on that, I should provide a little bit of a description in case they click it for what they should expect if they click that button. So we fabricate and repair window screens in San Diego, CA. And that was as simple as a site link has to be. You can be much more descriptive and much more colorful, but that's as simple as it has to be. All you've done is give an additional point of interest for that customer that you want to attract to get to your site. You've just given them a new page right underneath this ad that says Window Screens. If they were interested in Window Screens and they clicked it, they went to your Window Screen page. Good. That's the premise. You can add 4 of these. I will add one more, which is door screens, because we also install screen doors with Torpen Screen Company. So I'll add another site link and I'll paste that door screens URL as its final URL and I'll call it Screen Doors as its site link text for this second site link call out. And I will say Torpen Screen installs and repairs swinging screen doors and sliding. We'll just say swinging and sliding. And retractables. Nope, too long. Swinging, sliding, screen doors. And that's it. So now I can say create for those 2 site links. And now they will be added to these little buttons right under here. It's actually a good practice to add a redundant button that actually links back to the same page you're trying to get them to. So let's go back to Screen Repairs, take that link again, and add it as a 3rd site link. So again, we're taking the same page we were trying to get people to with this ad originally, the Window Screen Repairs page. We're copying its URL, we're pasting that as the final URL as a new 3rd site link button. And now I'm going to say Screen Repairs. Get repairs for your screen tears. We fix window and door screens fast. And then we can say yes, create. So now we should have 3 site links that we've added. One of them says screen doors, one of them says screen repairs, one of them says window screens. Those will show up there we go. Window screens, screen repairs, screen doors. Those are how site links work. And now you can also add things like callouts, which are, to be fully thorough, additional concept features your business is notable for. Let's say there's a callout we're adding. Let's have it be a new callout that says, we offer free estimates. Call us today to schedule. No obligation to buy. We're here to help. And that's as straightforward as we can be. I'm going to leave "we're here to help" out of it because I don't think that was a very useful phrase. But these other phrases are useful. Call us today to schedule, no obligation, we offer free estimates. So now those call outs can be added to the bottom of any of the text we've already added as our headlines and as our descriptions. So we gave more building blocks for Google to start putting together whenever they want to produce our ad for a visitor to Google. And with all of that, we've added the bulk of what Google asks for when we create a Google campaign. We're also going to look at more asset types to just make sure we're not missing anything. These are all very useful. We're not diving into them today, but just for clarity on the transcript, the other asset types that you could have from this are promotions. So you could literally add a time-sensitive promotion that shows up for someone. You could have prices, like price ranges for window screen repair, price ranges for door screen installation, etc. You could add messages, which is like a back and forth chat Google provides to you. There's structured snippets, which are just a bunch of, hey, I made this pretty little page, tiny page, show it at this point. Hey, there's a lead form you can add that basically collects customer information that sends it to you after they submit it. There's locations you can say in which your business shows up. We're not using that because we already did some geographic location specificity within Google. And then there's apps, and I don't frankly know what that means because I'm not selling an app. So I'm going to hit next. Actually, I'm going to hit done because now we made an ad. That was one ad just now. We can hit next. What do we want our budget daily to be? Don't listen to anything it ever suggests. Always skip right to custom budget. Our budget daily is $6. Let's do it $5 because that means we're spending $150 per month to make this happen, theoretically. And then we click next. It gives us a set of scores and it maybe warns us about a few things. So for example, I have these little asterisks or yield signs next to these two things. Just hit publish campaign and let it tell you what the problem is. Now we have a Google tag already on our site, so that's good. If you didn't have a Google tag, it would have shown you right there how to use it and how to set it up. But we have one. And now our campaign is basically done. There will be about 24 to 48 hours before anything is likely to happen with it because Google reviews things and makes sure it's okay and you're not doing anything against their terms of service. Before that happens, I recommend going into this section here called keywords, checking the keywords to make sure the final URL is all set to the same website page, which is the website page you want to send people to. For some reason, the thing that Google doesn't do automatically when you create those ad campaigns is connect that page to the ads you've created. So what we're going to do is select all of our exact match keywords here by clicking this button here, which selects them all. We're going to go into edit and we're going to change the final URLs. And what that's going to do is update it so that this isn't blank anymore. This being blank is problematic because it means when someone clicks our ad for window screen repair, it won't take them to the window screen repair page. It'll just take them to our home page. Then they have to do an additional click and maybe they won't do that extra step, meaning we just spent money to get someone to bounce off our website. I don't want to do that. That sounds foolish. Let's spend money to get someone to the right page on the website so that they say, yes, I need that service you're offering. That's what this does. So go into edit once you've selected all for that campaign that you just made. Change the final URLs. You can say, I'm going to make the changes in the final URL. You're going to paste it over here, the new final URL you want to send those ad keywords to, and you want to say set URLs. That's what we're changing. Unless there was something already there in which you want to say, it doesn't matter. Apply once you've done that, and then it will make all of these have that URL. So now we know someone's going to go right to that page we care about for that keyword. The rest of this involves the waiting game. We know we've set up our campaign. We know it's in policy review time. And we know we have these keywords being advertised to in this demographic or this geographic location. Until these get some clicks, we won't know what to do next. Meaning we don't know who's interacting with this ad. We don't know how long they're staying on these pages because they haven't clicked yet. Once we start learning how people are clicking and interacting, we can improve our campaign to talk better to the people in terms of what they're looking for. But that's the next step. We must wait to take that step because it requires the public. So this is it for this video. This was a long form video. You probably didn't watch it straight through unless you just have a thing for droning voices. And I hope that this has been a good experience in terms of just pulling back the curtain a little bit on how a Google ad gets made and what its purpose is. That was a very broad version in terms of those answers, but within this video, those answers are there. I will continue to make videos on this subject, answering very in-depth each one of the questions most people ask about Google Ads, because I've made a lot of them. And I'd love for that knowledge to be in your head instead of just mine.